one or two or three. All Black conducted himself with class. He was trying to calm it down. Majority of the players were trying to calm it down. Felipe, that was a yellow card. I don't know why he was moaning. Then he got sent off. There was nothing wrong with that. Savage should have got sent off. So really, it was only two or three. I thought the rest of the players didn't really take part in what happened.
Yeah, and you could see that or sense that's an individual decision, because Savage had an issue with Jack in the first leg. There was something there. And then obviously the rest of the Atletico players are congratulating the fans and obviously condoling them, and then he's in the tunnel. So it's a selfish...
It's weird how Jack's involved. I mean, he's been on the pitch, I don't know, probably 10 minutes over the two legs, and it must be the Gucci deal we got. They're not happy with the Gucci deal. Savage ain't happy.
Pulling his hair. In the first leg, he was flicking his hair. This leg, he was...
It's just the hair length, I don't know what's wrong. Yeah. Something's happened, but...
There's jealousy there.
Yeah, there's a jealousy or the 100 million price tag, and they're saying, why wasn't it me? I don't know. It's weird that either Jack said something that we haven't seen or they just don't like the look of him. It's weird, but...
Hey, listen, one of them's on the winning team, right?
If I was Jack Grealish, that's all I'd be talking about.
Yeah, as you should be. And if you're a Manchester City fan watching this, we'd love to hear from you, because Champions League tonight follows on from us at about 10:30. We're live until 11:30 this evening. Use the hashtag UCL tonight. If you go onto our social media accounts, you can get the details to WhatsApp us as well. But we'd love to hear from you this evening. Give us your thoughts on what you've seen from your team, what you've seen from Atletico, and, of course, your thoughts on your team making it through to the semi-final of the Champions League. That's what we should be talking about. Two English teams have made it through this evening, both Liverpool and Manchester City making it through. Let's show you the full-time scenes.
John.
Yeah, I bet he is. You know what? The sort of overriding feeling, I think, in here is about Manchester City's teamwork tonight, whether it was defending as a team, whether it was defending themselves against Atletico's aggression as a team, or the celebrations at the end. It felt like a real togetherness, didn't it?
Yeah, the unity's there, and I don't think that's ever been in question, to be honest. I think they showed a different side of their defensive qualities tonight. They've obviously defended in the past with the ball and kept possession and been hard to break down, but I think every man to his name defended for the cause, put their body on the line and made blocks, blocked shots, blocked crosses. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for the way they defended tonight.
Yeah. And at times had to block headbutts. So let's have a look at what happened in the last couple then. And, as John said there, they were singling out Phil Foden. Let's just talk about that, because already you look at social media and people are saying, well, what you're doing, giving verbals to the opposition, then you get your hair pulled. You've all played the game to the highest possible level. That would have been the norm, right?
Yeah, well, what Jack said there, we can't say what it is on air right now, but I'm telling you, it gets said by 9 times out of 10 by most players on the pitch at some point, most games. There's verbals that go on, and you have a little bit of back and forth with people, but it doesn't result in that. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I think Savage will look back on that and go, you know what, that's not probably my finest moment.
Why doesn't VAR see that headbutt?
Savage was delighted with the yellow card when he showed me. He said, "I'll take that, thank you very much." But I thought the emotional control which the Manchester...
He's pulled someone's hair, he's pulled someone off the pitch. Not in the case of 90 minutes in this card. I don't understand what VAR is there for if it's not to correct that decision.
Yeah, I think we do need to actually commend the way that Man City did deal with the situation, because it's difficult in them.
What is it like?
I mean, forget the crowd. It's like them moments that you're trying to get to the end of it and you're being antagonised, and it's like someone just being in front of you, poking your chest the whole time. Obviously in a different way there, but and they've managed to come away with it without anybody really getting involved too much. I mean, we've heard about what happened after the game, but the game's finished then. And we don't know quite what happened. But to stay there, and Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling especially, those two, and Phil's a young boy. It's a good experience in some ways for him.
To be able to control your emotions like that.
I think that comes from Pep. Credit. I think if that wasn't Pep managing that team, somebody would have snapped. But I'm sure he said to them, we can't afford to get red cards. We can't afford to get sent off. All those players behaved. All of us, probably somebody in our teams would have bit back, because you feel a bit threatened and you think, right, we're not going to accept this. But I think Pep has told them, look, the fine details, and I thought they dealt with it incredibly well.
It's vital, because they're going to miss Cancelo, aren't they, from the first leg of the semi for his yellow card, and who knows, Kyle Walker and Kevin De Bruyne, who knows what the situation is with them. But we will find out, hopefully, straight after the break, because we're going to take... And then, straight afterwards, we hope that Pep Guardiola...
I think we all knew it was going to be tough. We didn't think it would end up in a big brawl on the side of the pitch. I mean, it was a crazy night.
Yeah. He's a champion of Spain, and at home play with incredible energy. In the second half, they were They were better than us. We were lucky we didn't concede. That in the first half we had the chances and to do it, but overall we are in semi-finals. We can count the two games. Yeah, as well deserved.
Yeah, it was a real test of temperament of your players, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, because the opponent is so tough. All the teams in Champions League come here suffer, so we knew it, and important we go through.
You say they are tough. We know they're tough, but did they go too far tonight? Those scenes at the end were pretty shameful.
Nothing to say.
Right. Phil Foden was targeted during the match. He got flattened during the game. He got dragged back onto the pitch. I mean, they were trying to bully him. Is that?
I don't know.
How you see it?
I don't know. I cannot talk about what the other people do. I don't know.
In terms of the performance then, you got through a lot of things. You got through injuries from Kevin De Bruyne and Kyle Walker, and you still battled through. It's a sign of the grit of the side, is it?
Yeah, we are in big trouble, so we cannot forget we played 3 days ago against a tough game against Liverpool, travel, come here, and have a lot of injuries right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the next weeks. But yeah, today we are going to celebrate at home because it's the third time in Manchester City history that we are in semi-final of the Champions League. So it's not much. So for us, it's a big success, really one, and happy to be there.
People always talk about the wonderful attacking football that you play, but tonight it was a triumph for the defence.
Yeah, we cannot play all the time, score 4 or 5 goals, so we are not human beings, so we come for a difficult game against Liverpool, just 3 days, and the first half we were really well, but the second half we have to live with the ball, and we didn't have the ball, and when we don't have the ball, there's nothing to do.
And you said before the match that we have a defence you can rely on. You're proud of this defence now.
Yeah, of course. So we conceded in general a few goals, but the second half was better. So we count 180 minutes. The last 45 minutes they were better.
Thanks, Pep. You very much.
Well, in the same way that his players kept their cool, Pep Guardiola does exactly the same in his post-match interview with Des Kelly. And fair play to him for doing that. So easy to get drawn, be emotional, create more headlines, fuel the fire.
Class. I thought he was class. Great interview. I thought his team were class. Different. You know, we always see them kind of blow teams away with possession and dominate like that. But I thought that tactically over the 2 legs, defensively, you know, barely had any shots on target from Atletico Madrid. Didn't score. I thought they're just as defensively one of the best teams in Europe. And that showed today. They have a resilience which is priceless in games like that.
And look, it's kind of been overshadowed by what happened at the end. But let's have a look at City's defending and Atletico's attacking. And we can see there the stats from the game. 2 shots on target. They both came in the second half of this game, so Atletico managed more shots on target in the final quarter than in the previous 3 quarters of this 2-legged tie. And I know you have this kind of
ability as well. And so you'd feel that he would maybe seeing that, maybe in the future. I'd be interested to see, does he utilise that different way of playing now a bit more often with this Atletico team?
Yeah, I agree. I thought they was a totally different team in the second leg, but again, from me, point of view, from a City point of view, I've got to credit them because they showed the other side of their game and they're able to rely on defending for periods of the game and not just keeping possession. Like I said earlier, it's a case of putting your body on the line and putting your body where it counts.
Yeah, and let's hope it's good news for both Kyle Walker and Kevin De Bruyne. But now we have our 4. Liverpool will have a smile on their face. I mean, to play the teams they've played to make it through to the semi-final and then to think that all that is between them and a place in the final is Villarreal, that is that's some draw for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, remarkable. They were great in the group, in a really tough group, the group of death. But shame Chelsea didn't get through. I thought they played fabulous, but the experience of Real was tough. But Man City and Liverpool, they're the two best teams left. Villarreal is a big surprise with Emery.
Smile on your face?
Yeah. Massive tie, Real Madrid, Man City, and potentially going into that game favourites as well. It's a massive occasion.
And we'll get to see Rio Ferdinand decide whether he wants Liverpool or Man City to win the Champions League. I mean,
Just beware Unai Emery. His record in Europe is phenomenal.
That's deflecting.
I'm just saying, it's a fact. It's true. Keep buying.
Oh, well, gentlemen, thank you very much for your company. Quick reminder, loads more still to come from Europe this week, both a Conference League over the next couple of nights. Russ, stay where you are. We're back in a couple of minutes. All the goals from the past couple of nights, and there's quite a lot to talk about. See you shortly.